Epiphany Sunday, Revelation Sunday. The Eastern Orthodox, the Greek, Russian, their Epiphany is this coming Tuesday, the 6th of January. But in the Roman Catholic Church, we celebrate it this Sunday. But the mystery is the same. The mystery has come into history. And the history is meant not to be read, but lived. The first reading is the prophecy that Jerusalem or Israel is going to be glorified, and people will come from all over on camels and dromedaries and bringing all kinds of wonders to celebrate the revelation of God in Israel. Now, a little Bible study here, a little Gospel 101, Matthew's Gospel. In Luke's Gospel, which we saw at the Nativity, Luke has shepherds come to a stable. Simple, uneducated, urged by the angels, go and see. And they return to their fields. In Matthew's Gospel, Matthew is written for a completely different community. Written for the Jewish people who are attracted to Jesus, who see Jesus as the Messiah, the long awaited for. And Matthew affirms their faith by referring to the prophecies in the Jewish scriptures of the one who will come. So Matthew takes great care in saying this was to fulfill what was prophesied. So the going into Egypt, this was to fulfill, out of Egypt have I called my son. Well, if they're going to call him out of Egypt, they have to send him to Egypt for fear of Herod. Now, we have a gospel that fulfills what we heard in the first reading from Isaiah chapter 60. And it's a comfort to the people who are deeply committed to their Jewish tradition to see Jesus as the light, the one who is the revelation, the final display, manifestation, epiphany. So you have three kings or three wise people or searchers, and a star appears to them, and they follow it, probably for weeks or months. And they finally get to, and of course, now we have the story. They go to Herod, and Herod said, my power here in Israel might be threatened. So he has a little plan, a little trickery. You go, well, you know the story. You go to find out where he consults his wise people, his own wise people. Yeah, scripture says to be born in Bethlehem. Go to Bethlehem and come back to me, and I too will go. So they go, the three kings, magi, wise people, they go, and unlike Luke's gospel, Jesus is not in a manger in Matthew's gospel. He's in the house. And they go into the house, and they bring they have almost a liturgy, if you will, and they go in and they worship and they hand over their treasure. And they had been guided by a star, and now they have a dream. A lot of dreams. And they said, don't go that way. And they returned by a different way. And that's important. What is the way? Okay, that's the end of Bible 101. Now, for something for us to pray with. This great feast of enlightenment, seeing, believing, trusting. The Magi, the wise, are confounded because Jesus comes not as an idea, but some kind of faith experience. That, see, the Magi come seeking something for themselves. They're as wise men, they're seeking signs, interpreting. And they go back by a different way, not just geographically, but interiorly. So they have a liturgy in which they receive an orientation, a way of going, which is how we go to the liturgy, to see again. To see again, who does God reveal God to? The shepherds, the wise men, ourselves. And we are challenged to go by a different way. And the different way is that the wise men came to find out something for themselves, to keep it for themselves. The revelation was for them, but through them. And they go back, and it is assumed that they go back because the light that is shining on Israel is meant for the whole world. It'd be like if you've ever had a globe and you shine a little pen light on it, and it's right there. You could shine it right at Israel, little place. The light is not just meant for that little place. The light is to be spread about. The light has come for all the world, so that the Magi were seeking something for themselves, and because of the liturgy of gift exchange, they offer precious things. Matthew's gospel said Jesus gives something more precious to them, and they go back by a different way of living that is not just for themselves, for their own minds, scientific seeking signs, but they become signs. They are seeing themselves because of his light, and it's to be spread to all the nations. And that's the Epiphany. And that's how we, at our liturgies, at our prayer, we become epiphany, sacraments, outward signs. We go by a different way. We go to our brothers and sisters by the way we live, the unique way we live. We are meant to be sacraments of Christ, sacraments of Epiphany. We receive the light, and it's not just for ourselves. We become his light to all the world.